One West is to raise, son. That's where I came from. That is my A1s. I'm talking day one. Rest of these niggas out here is just fake, son. Look, you can hate, son. You cannot take, son. I've been in every hood out of my state, son. Out in these streets, I'm steady blazing. Looking to cut a nigga like I'm Jason. I am the one. This is the Masons. Going so hard that they think I'm an agent. Going so hard that they said I'm a Mason. These are the facts, though. I'm just amazing. There is no other way that I could stay them. I earn my spot, they'll never be vacant. These niggas lazy. They got complacent. They wanna love all these fucking Caucasians. How the fuck we gonna rebuild our nation? You niggas feminine, go get some makeup. Sorry, but my love is only for Jacob. We had some hard days, we learned some hard ways. Always, just know that I pray that we get it out the dust. Only thing that I trust, knowing that my niggas gon' bust. That's thumbing up the rush, thinking that you won't get touched. Fuck when my brother get crushed, been through too much. Always come through in the clutch. Nigga just do what it does, what you thought shit was. Nigga, it wasn't. Know that I do this for dozen. Always kept it 100. Niggas know I never stunning. And I keep shit running, even on the days when the pain keep coming, or a nigga fucked up and he feel like numbing. Show goes on, I just keep on drumming my faith. Even on the days I wanna break, saying how much could I take, still kept my faith. Even when these niggas act fake, even when it came like a snake, still kept my faith. Some days I ain't even wanna wait, some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break, some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith.
Dark days with no night vision, that's why my heart is a cave and there's ice in it. Don't even trust niggas no more, Lord is my witness. Me and these niggas ain't the same, it's a slight difference. Thought a nigga had my back, now it's a knife in it. But now I'm back at the back like it's the ninth inning. Still got the backpack packed in the back of the camp van, taking any given chance to blaze on the white man. Son of Benjamin, born on the right hand, never losing grip, I understand who I am. Met a man that showed me the right path. Now I'm rooted in the truth, to rule is my plan. And I can never lose sight like an exam. Sharp as iron, I was forged by fireman. In the circle of life, how could I tell you, man? I was undesired, had no one. And then I met these men and it changed how I'm living. Their words was convicting, called that a life sentence. Now I need a witness, but no, I'm not Christian. My faith in these scriptures, man, not no religion, man. It's like Tazab, and I'm with my brother Katazai. Man, you niggas too sweet like baklava. Niggas better not make a nigga bring them choppers out. Better pray for your health like the doctors out. Just be faithful. One day you'll be thankful. Wonder why they hateful. Luckily I got angels. I'm so thankful. Yes, I'm so thankful. Used to be ashamed, and even before I
still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break, saying how much could I take, still kept my faith. Even when these niggas act fake, even when it came like a snake, still kept my faith. Some days I ain't even wanna wait, some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break, some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith.
Hey, yo, slow down a second, slow down. Hey, yo, Shaw, Rizal, hop out real quick. We're gonna get these niggas real quick. What they talking about?
Just about a month ago, I was in the place talking about it, come around, niggas scared straight. I've been locked in, no distractions for a year straight. This shit heavy duty, keep it coolie, pump the brakes. I don't hear the rhetoric. One West versus these cats, we ain't sweating shit. Pop it on the internet, you see them, they ain't saying shit. Nigga, who's you playing with? Stepping out the murder van, nothing they seen before. One hand wash the other hand, battle scars I needed do. Living by the law, y'all can keep the cool. I've been organizing, strategizing, they ain't peeping though. This is not a drill, this is not a rental. What I look like, earn my stripes, man, I'm too official. They gon' say they knew me, but they don't know the new me. I'm glorious, notorious, Vicky with the coochie. I wrote this on the loose sleeve, kicking shit like Bruce Lee. Never slipping blade under my pillow like it's loose teeth. This is how a soldier look, doing what I'm supposed to do. If you rockin', then I'm rockin', nigga, that's how soldiers move. right, left, right. Soldier move, nigga. Soldier moves, nigga. Shaw. Okay. Man, I hate when the pussy niggas speak to me, cause only one I talk to is beneath the sheets. I'm rude in speech, cavity in my fist might lose your teeth. Who is you to me? Now you can't even damn chew or eat, just fucking drink. But I take that way if you don't even think I'm off the leash. I'm humble but still unleashed. Talk big but shrink when you're around a damn righteous priest. I'm so unique, and all my women thick, petite. I'm gone. I be on my left. Haters want my shine. Nigga, I ain't shit. I think they know I'm lying. But really, I ain't shit. I ain't eat enough crackers. I need a whole buffet, cause I ain't going backwards.
Let me tell you something about it. It's such a fool's game to think that you have to seek power. You have to seek the Most High, and you'll have all the power. I got more power, bro, than you could imagine, and I've sought none of it. Like I got power.
All my soldiers.
I haven't sought none of it. I just want to work hard in this truth. I want to be the best soldier I could be.
All my soldiers take over. All my soldiers take over.
Yeah. Yo, come on. Yo, Kashak, pull off. And don't go backwards. Let's go.
Y'all already know how South Coast doing this shit. South Coast, you know what I mean? We holding it down. Brotherhood, South Coast skin, however you want to talk about it, however you want to do it. One thing for sure, we ain't going backwards.
Okay, Messiah Christ. All right. All right, Messiah Christ, Shalom. Priest and officer, locked out, Shalom Yalla. As everybody knows, represent the Israelite School UPK. Tuesday, Brotherhood class. Are we back at it again? You know what I'm saying? Glad we made it, to another class, of course, to another week. You know, a lot of things transpiring this week. You know, a bunch of, school shootings and a couple of celebrities died. And one of the celebrities, Rob Ryan, I believe the oppressor's name is, that he was like a director. I know he was back in the day with Archie Bunker. That was his son or something in the sitcom. I forgot what the name of the sitcom was. I think All in the Family or something like that. I believe his son, a young oppressor, young viper, and his wife stabbed him to death, stabbed him and Robert Ryan's wife to death. You know, we're not celebrating that, of course, and we're not mourning it either. But these are just some of the things that are going on out here. Of course, local news, you got various shootings. 15-year-old young man, he went and shot up a whole party or something like that, killed some people. I believe some man was in Australia where they had shot up a Jewish beach or something like that. Yeah, Australia. A lot of things going on out here, in these times. I know right now why these things are going on and taking place. There's one particular thing that so-called blacks and Latinos and Native Americans need to do, and that's stick together and unify, and that's easier said than done. And I know some people may think that's even impossible to think that you can, unify with someone who is living the same struggle as you, whether you live in the middle of a city or out in the outskirts or in the suburbs or the rural area. It doesn't matter. The scriptures say we're cursed from the city to the field. So you can escape being who you are. You can escape the depression and the pain and the misery and the curiosity to find out who you really are as a person, and your roots, and you're dealing with bills and delays and all types of things that come across your plate, extra heavy, especially when you're dealing with God's chosen people. We deal with a lot, and I know somebody might say, well, everybody else deals with a lot too. This may be true, but they have better resources than we do as far as here on earth and in front of us. So they got resources, they got their language, they got a military, they got generational wealth, as they say. You know, there's East Indians that come over here and they can open up a shop real quick and so you know everything's halal, you know, or you know, someone can come over here from Finland or Switzerland or wherever and come over here and own property, own houses, be slumlords, you know, while blacks and Latinos have to scrape from the bottom and you know, and rent these places, these hellholes that no one wants to take care of, and so on and so on. These people have resources, you know, so they have the approval of the oppressor here to come and bleed as much as they can out of the so-called Black, Latino, Native American tribes, brothers and sisters. You understand? I mean, this is nothing I'm making up. All you got to do is just look out your front door and go look side to side. And none of us are thriving at the moment. One thing we do have, though, and the one thing we need and all we need is the Most High God. You understand? That could sound cliche to some, but it's a very true statement. You know, people will say, "Well, you know, God this, God that." I understand, but you know, sometimes you have to make your way to the Most High God. You understand? You have to prove yourself to the Most High God, and it's very simple to do. All you got to do is listen to what He says. That's it. There's nothing. The way He says to live your healthy life, your spiritually healthy life, is to love your brother, love your sister, follow His directions. It's not hard not to steal from another brother or sister. Right. It's not hard not to rape a sister. It's not hard not to be jealous of another brother or sister. It's not hard to do these things. It's about living right. It's just like being diagnosed with diabetes. And then they tell you, well, you got to cut down on weight, watch the sugar, eat healthy, work out and jog. They tell you the things you should have been doing any damn way, right? Anyway, you should have been doing it anyway, right? That's not hard to adjust to live right. And it's the same way spiritually. It's not hard to adjust. What makes it hard is the distractions that these oppressors put in front of us. You understand? Working their hands down till they bleed and still don't have enough. You understand? All your wants and your needs and your dreams cut short. You understand? Dealing with past traumas, being molested, maybe not even being told I love you. Right. Your father not around. Maybe your mother wasn't around. You understand? All this pent up anger and trauma that we have that we can't discuss with nobody. You know, black folks don't like no therapy. Right. Neither do my Latino, but when I say black, I'm talking all the tribes, but just for those who may not understand. So-called blacks, Latinos, they don't like no therapy. None of that. We ain't doing that. Take it to the grave or do a cold turkey or whatever the case may be. What we do is we suffer. You understand? And that suffering just turns into hating one another. Because we real good at that. We don't got no problem shooting nothing up. We don't got no problem selling no type of drugs to each other, to pregnant women and young kids. None of that. We have no problems doing that. Why? Because we have caught the disease called the white man. You know what I'm saying? We caught that disease. You know what I'm saying? And we live in it. But one thing that we need to do as a people in order to come out of this cesspool that we live in is learn how to love each other. When I say love, I'm not talking about that hunky-dory, cotton candy, corny love. I'm talking about real, hardcore, down to the bone love. You understand? Honesty. You understand? Pure, straight honesty and trust and loyalty. You understand? And understanding. Knowing that that person over there is a chosen child of God. That Latino brother, that Puerto Rican, that Cuban, that Dominican, that Haitian, that Jamaican. You understand? That Negro, that Mexican, all of that. You know the 12 tribes. If we can get to that point to where we realize and look at each other as royalty, if we can just look at each other, when we see each other, just recognize and realize you are dealing with royalty according to the scriptures. This is not a poem I'm reading. This ain't no script. It's not a novel, a non-fiction book. This ain't none of that garbage. This is the real deal. God is saying this. This is what God said. You understand? God is the total opposite of what your oppressor wants. Your oppressor wants another man to penetrate himself into another man. He wants another girl and another girl to stay and rub each other until they start a damn fight. You understand? They want that garbage. The Most High God wants the opposite of that filth. You understand? And what he wants us to do is to love each other. Because when you're dealing with a so-called black or Latino man, woman, or child, you don't know who you're dealing with. You understand? It don't hurt to be kind, cordial, to show manners, to show respect, dignity and decency to another so-called black, Latino, Native American man, woman, or child. That's something we miss. We don't have time loving the other nations. We've done that long enough. You understand? It's PDF season now. So everybody's sitting on Santa's lap, jingling his bells and all of that, waiting for him to bring a gift and all of that. Leave that garbage alone. That's not for us. That's not for us. Your rent is due in about 3 weeks. And you busting your back out right now trying to get the money for that. You understand? Leave that garbage and turn to the Most High God, man. And serve the Most High God and love his people. Love his children, who are your brothers and sisters, man. Because you never know who you're dealing with. You never know what a good morning can do for somebody. What a hello, how you doing? Yes, please. No, thank you. No, how to be kind and cordial to someone else. You never know what that can do for their day. You never know. And you never know what it can do for your life. How do I know that? It's all in the scriptures. So I don't want to babble on too much. Hold on, I got some tea here. This is tea. It's cold outside. So I don't want to babble on too much. You know, I do want brothers and sisters just to get the point. You know what I'm saying? That loving each other is imperative to the survival of our nation. You understand? For the upliftment of our nation, for us to forge forward in this disgusting, filthy hellhole that we live in, we have to be unified. You understand? We have to be unified. You understand? Real quick, let me just want to piggyback on what I'm saying. But go to 1 Corinthians. Go to 1 Corinthians. Thank y'all for checking in. We see y'all on the check-in. Definitely appreciate y'all checking in, man. We're gonna jump around a little bit in the scriptures. You understand? Don't forget your brotherhood is imperative, y'all. We need it. You understand? We absolutely need it. And just think about it. We haven't had that in a long years.
Right.
You understand? In slavery, in the slavery times, and I'm talking about all the slavery, because our Caribbean brothers, they was out there picking sugar cane and all, picking tobacco and cotton and beans and everything else. We knew who the enemy was. We knew who it was. We knew exactly who it was. It wasn't no second guessing who the enemy was. The enemy was the man that was buck breaking your grandfather. What is that? Taking him, ripping his pants down in front of everybody and penetrating himself into this strong man in front of everybody. We knew who the oppressor was. The one who was beating the skin off of your grandmother's back. You understand? We knew who the enemy was. We knew it was clear. But now we get a little bit of so-called freedom, get a little bit of this money, which ain't nothing. You can be $1 billion, it still don't compare to being white or being a Caucasian or an oppressor or albino gorilla or whatever terminology you want to use. You understand? We get a little bit of that, and now all of a sudden we got soft. And we forget, since they're not lynching anymore in some places, now they do it with drugs, do it with joining their military, joining their police force. They psychologically screw you now. You understand? But that enemy is still there.
Right.
And guess who else is still there? That slave. But what's missing with that slave is us having and knowing that we have an enemy that is against us all. You understand? And he knows the enemy too. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 1, go to verse 10. We're going to do that real quick. Then we're going to jump into a story.
Come on, card.
All right?
1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 10.
That's correct. This is Paul speaking writing a letter to the brothers that's in Corinth. You understand? He's writing a letter to them. They had a school similar to how we have a school here in Harlem and other places across the nation. He's writing to their school. You understand what I'm saying? Writing a letter. This is one portion of what he said in the letter. Go ahead and read what you got, bro. Nice and loud.
Come on, God. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Now I beseech you, brethren.
I beseech you, brother. Beseech means I'm begging you. Not that corny, please. No, it's I'm begging you. You understand? I am begging you. I need you to do this. As I say, brotherhood is imperative. What they're begging about is important. This is not your average on begging you. He's saying, I'm begging you, brother. Go ahead.
By the name of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach.
In the name of us, for teaching purposes, Lord Jesus Christ, as the world may know. Like my brother said, Yahushua Mashiach, the greatest black man to walk on the face of this earth. Go ahead.
That ye all speak the same thing.
That we all speak the same thing. When we was back in Jim Crow times and back in slavery times and things of that nature, we knew who the enemy was. We spoke the same thing. We knew it wasn't no doubt. What do we call him? The devil, the man, the cracker, because he cracked the whip, so we called him the cracker. We had terminology and names, woodpecker, and all we knew exactly who he was. We all spoke the same thing. You understand? Until drugs came around and pimping and all of that other garbage and filth that they fed us, making us think this is our lifestyle. Mass incarcerations, crack epidemics, AIDS epidemics, all the stuff that they pumped into our community. You understand? Abortions and everything else. Before we got highly distracted by this disgusting display of raunchiness from this oppressor, we knew exactly who our enemy was, and we all spoke the same thing. Keep going.
Come on, God. And that there be no divisions among you.
Yeah, no divisions. You understand? All of a sudden, this Caucasian gonna push in Christianity. You understand? Made a whole religion called Christianity. Painted Christ, a strong black man, painted him into some oppressor, with this long hair and looking sweet. You understand? Painted him and made up the Baptist Church, Episcopalians, Jehovah's Witnesses, and all the rest of this other garbage that's out there that has infested our community and got us all split up all over the place. You got Muslims over here, you got the Baptists over here, you got this, that, knowing that we are the chosen people of God. There's no division in that. You understand? There's no division in that. Knowing that you're the chosen people of the Most High God. Now, some people might say, well, there's other Israelite groups out there. Well, them other Israelite groups, may the Lord be with them, but they all know that they came out of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
They all know that. They cannot say anything. They can hate us. They can say we lying. They can say whatever they want. But the proof is in the pudding. Every single Israelite group you may see came out of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and they decided to break off and cause division.
Right.
According to the scriptures, there should be no division amongst us.
Right.
You understand? We tell all the brothers from any camp, come on to our cookouts, come to our Passover, come to class, come be with us. They choose not to do it. You understand? Because we actually practice these scriptures, we live these scriptures and breathe these scriptures, and we mean it. You understand? But the Most High God said there should be no divisions amongst us. Keep going.
Okay. But that ye be perfectly joined together.
That would be perfectly joined together. Being perfect means keeping the laws of the Most High God. That's how you be perfect. You understand? Because the Christians say nobody's perfect. Just because you walk down the street and trip over the curb don't mean you're not perfect. You understand what I'm saying? But to be perfect is to love your brother. How do you love your brother? You follow the law. Be perfectly joined together. No stealing, no jealousy, no hatred, no none of that, no backbiting, no bearing false witness, no doing these things to your brother, to your sister. You understand? Now let's drop that real quick. There's more to it. Y'all can go back and read it on your own. We're gonna go into Hebrews 13:2, and we're gonna get into the topic real quick. If you looked at the title of class, it's titled "You Never Know Who Is Who." You understand? Now I say that to say this: we have a tendency in our community and amongst our people, when I say our people, I'm talking the 12 tribes of Israel, disregarding people. When I say disregarding, you might see someone who's hungry, hurt, crying, in need, and we have a tendency, specifically here in New York City, to completely walk past them, ignore them, have an attitude of, look, I got to get mine. You want to say something? Attitude, look, I got to get mine, and you get yours how you get it. I'm not sure. But
I'm gonna ask a question after you.
okay. You understand? We got this attitude where we can care less about the next man. But see, when you walking past that person, you got to remember, since we all got to speak the same thing, that's a child of God that you're walking past. Despite their condition, that's a child of God. And you never know in dealing with that person or entertaining that person, what that person can do for you, do for your life. You understand? And what you can do for that person's life. You can change that person's life with words. And that person can change your life with words. And it all starts with a righteous act. You understand? Go ahead, brother.
Salaki, if I may, it sounded like you was gonna say, like you never know who is who.
Right.
So if you got like a brother or sister that's down and out, and they asking for like $1, 50 cents, you know what I'm saying? Just don't up your nose and pass them and disregard them and look down on them in their situation. Right? God.
Right.
My question is, what if you can tell off the bat that they're asking for that $1 to
get high,
or
something to that effect? Well, listen, that's good, and that's a good question, because some people might say, well, I don't give my $1. They got to go out there and smoke crack or go do whatever they want to do.
Right.
Listen, this is what I can tell you myself personally. Instead of saying, nigga, get the hell out of my face and you keep walking, you can easily say, I don't have this $1 to spare because I know what you're going to do with it.
Right.
You can be honest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is how y'all get on the same pages, speaking the same thing.
Right.
And I just had a brother, as I'm coming to the school, it's cold outside, as you know. He got a brand new espresso machine. He trying to sell me an espresso machine outside.
Right.
For $5. He went through the whole thing, how it's worth $326, and all he wanted $5. Now, I didn't give him the $5, and I didn't take the espresso machine. The point is, I know he's going to get heroin with it. You understand? And I told him, I know you're going to get high with this. You understand? So I can't give you this money. You know why? Because you're taking out of the hands and you're taking out of the mouth of a brother or sister who really needs it. You understand? Someone who really needs it. Now, that same person, they got me before that for $5. I gave it to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he asked. You know what I'm saying? And I gave it to him. But see, there's a difference between doing something right for your heart and then being a fool about it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But being a fool about it. So I would be myself personally, I would be completely honest. Look, I know what you're doing with this money.
Right.
It's no different from a cousin who out there selling drugs and doing whatever he's doing and running the streets and doing it and then call you, hey man, I got locked up, man. I need some bail money. No, you don't. Because whatever what you was doing, you knew what it led to.
Right.
It ain't like you out here, you being a freedom fighter or something. You down for the cause and the man that locked you up and all of that. You out here doing some foolishness, and you know the consequence of that is going to jail. So I can't spare $1,800 to bail you out because there's a brother or sister right now who's about to get evicted and who's living a life that they are trying their best to make it.
Right.
And I can't go ahead and turn my back on them because you decided to do something foolish. Now I'll be with you through it. I'll be with you through your foolishness, but I can't turn my back on someone who's actually drowning and they didn't ask to drown.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you have to use your discretion when it comes to that. But by the same token, whether you give them the money or not, that's not even the point. The point is, don't look at them any kind of way.
Right.
Don't look at you. piece of garbage. I ain't giving you nothing. I know what your bum ass is gonna do. It. Not that kind of attitude. You understand? It's attitude.
Right.
It's not necessarily the act of giving.
Right.
It's just the attitude of it.
Come on.
You understand what I'm saying? Because this society can make our people feel real arrogant over having nothing.
Right.
You get a condo somewhere and you just think you it. Get a little nurse's aid job and you just think you it. You understand? And what we need to realize, no matter what your worldly occupation is, the number one thing in your life is being chosen by the Most High God. That's the most important. I don't care if you piss poor or you a billionaire or thriving to be a billionaire, or you sick, you're short, fat, black, skinny, it don't matter. You're the chosen people of the Most High God. You understand? And you never know who's who. So never be too arrogant to entertain somebody. You understand? Never be too arrogant. And that's big. That's what it is. It's a spiritual thing. It's not so much action. You understand what I'm saying? It's a spiritual thing. If there's another scripture I want too, but we'll get back to that. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ. Do all for y'all for checking in. Most High in Christ. Y'all can like, share, comment, all of that. You know, but never have an arrogant attitude, because basically you don't want that for you. Right. You don't want nobody to have an arrogant attitude towards you, because there's always someone who's doing a little bit better. You understand? And you don't want to have this machismo like you better than them. You understand? Because you never know who you're dealing with. You never know who the Most High God will put in your life. And you know why? You don't know why. You don't know who he'll put in your life, because the life you live ain't even yours. You leasing this body. You got to return it soon. But when you return it, make sure that your spirit is intact. Make sure your soul and everything is intact before you return this lease that you got. You don't know who's going to come in your life or what's going to come into your life. You understand? It's best to handle it with seasoning. It's best to handle it with righteousness. And righteousness ain't all hugs and kisses all the time. You understand? Not all the time. But you never know who the Most High God going to put in your life and see how you handle that. You understand? To see if you're going to give him the same mercy that you begging the Most High God for. That you sitting there crying to the Most High God for. Let's see if you'll do it for the next man. Let's just see. You understand? Let's see if you sacrifice for the next man. Let's see if you can go hungry just for another hour while this person go ahead and eat their food. Let's just see. Or is society going to sit there and continue to control your life and let you be the greediest bastard walking around? You understand? Let's read Hebrews real quick. Hebrews 13:2.
Come on, Carl.
All right.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Be not forgetful to entertain strangers.
Don't be forgetful to entertain strangers. You never know who you're speaking to. That's why we got to start with loving each other. Not because of what somebody do for you. You understand? Not because of that. But because you know that you're dealing with the chosen of God. You understand? That this is a holy person. This is a separate person, according to the scriptures. This is the salt of the earth. This is a person just like me that's above all the other nations. You understand? So I know no matter what the condition they're in, I know who I'm speaking to. You understand? And if we get that established, it won't be hard to entertain a stranger. Now, I'm not saying take somebody off the street, just let them sleep up in your house and that's it. Now, I'm not talking about that. You have to use your discretion. You understand? What I'm saying is don't turn your nose up, whether you can help them or not. Don't turn your nose up. You never know who you're dealing with. You understand? And even when someone's dealing with you, they never know who they're dealing with. Now, if we all kept this attitude with each other, this would be a loving, peaceful nation that we live in. When I say nation, I mean the 12 tribes. Amongst us, it'd be beautiful if we just started a domino effect. This may be an angel, but I do know it's the chosen person. I know it's the chosen of God. This may be an angel. Let me just treat this person with kindness and respect and show my mannerisms. You understand what I'm saying? Show that I have some value, that they have some value. live by these principles that the Most God gave us. You understand? If we could just carry that on and carry on and carry, we can start something new. You understand? That'll end gang violence. That'll end molestation and rape and all this filthy, disgusting stuff.
Right.
That'll end all the drug dealing, the overdosing on fentanyl and heroin, shooting speedballs. You understand? Kids out here doing all types of wickedness. You understand? We wouldn't allow certain things to go on in the community. We wouldn't allow this oppressor to flood all our communities with drugs, with abortion clinics, with things of that nature, if we knew how to entertain each other and be mannerable and love one another. You understand? You never know who you're dealing with. Keep going.
Come on, Khan. For thereby some have entertained angels unaware.
Now, some have entertained angels and you didn't know it. These scriptures are real. You understand? I heard plenty of people say they spoke to somebody and had a whole conversation that changed their day, may have changed their life, and next thing the person wasn't even around anymore. They walked off somewhere, didn't see him again. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they poofed and disappeared. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you just never know who you're entertaining. You understand? That's why there's nothing wrong with being cordial.
Right.
Specifically to your own people. There's nothing wrong with being cordial. That don't mean be a punk. That don't mean be a pushover. That don't mean curl up in the corner and just go ahead and take it. And I'm not, that don't mean that. You understand? You can be absolutely cordial and be absolutely honest. You understand? You can be absolutely honest. You can be straightforward and have class with it. You know what I'm saying? Have some coof about yourself and be absolutely straightforward and honest. You understand? Now, let's go into a story real quick. All right, about a brother who did entertain some angels, and it had a real good effect on his life. And we want to see how this brother entertained angels. All right, we're going to go over this story. We're going to go to Genesis 19. We're going to start at verse 1. We're going to walk it on down. We're going to talk about Lot and how Lot was in this filthy, disgusting place similar to America, called Sodom and Gomorrah, which was filled with alternative lifestyles.
Right.
Is that a good way to say it? You know what I'm saying? It was filled with that, with man on man stuff and so forth and so on. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. You know, it was a horrible, filthy place that the Most High God was not with. But one of the chosen of the Most High God was in this place. You understand? He was in this hellhole the same way you and I and we are in this cesspool of America right now. You understand? There's brothers that's living in plenty of cesspools right now. You understand? Plenty of them. Central America, South America, Canada, you know, the UK, all over the place. All right, so we're going to go into the stories, Genesis chapter 19. We're going to start at verse 1. Let's see what we got.
Oh my God. Genesis chapter 19, verse 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even. And Lot sat in the gate of Sodom.
Now, let's walk it down. So the scripture said there's two angels, right? Now they didn't come with no wings and all of the, and baby pampers on and all of that, as you may imagine, because of this Christian poison that's been out here, this Christianity that's been tearing us apart. They didn't come like that. You understand what I'm saying? They came as normal looking human beings. You understand? Keep going.
And Lot seen them.
Lot seen them, right? Lot witnessed that these two men are walking into the tent. Lot sitting at the gate. You know, he's just sitting there, right? Witnessing this. Go ahead.
Rose up to meet them.
He got up. He stood up and went to meet these strangers. Now, how would Lot, just think about it. How would Lot just get up and go to these strangers? They had to fit some type of description. He had to know that there was something about these men that was just like him. We're not going to go on complexion. We're not going to go on any of that. It had to be some apparel or maybe how they spoke. It was something about these men to where Lot got stood up and went to these men to greet these men. You understand? Two strangers. Lot don't know these are angels. These are two strangers that Lot is speaking to right now. Go ahead.
Come on, God. And he bowed himself.
He bowed himself. He humbled himself. Not knowing who these men is. He didn't ask, are you rich? How much money you got? Where's your car? Nothing. He checked their persona, seeing who these people was, and he bowed himself. He humbled himself to these men. You understand? And that's something that, brother, you can humble yourself to a brother. Some people don't like certain words. Humble and submit and surrender. They don't like these kind of words. Like, these are soft words. These are tough words.
Right.
These are hardcore words. To show respect to another black man. To show respect to another Latino brother or Native American brother or sister. To bow yourself to them. This is what we need to learn how to do. Go ahead.
With his face toward the ground.
He looked down at them. Excuse, not down at them. He looked down to the ground in front of them. He bowed his head down out of respect. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And he said, behold now, my lords. Turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house.
Now he's saying, listen, my lords. He's showing them the utmost respect. You understand? We talk in the UPK, we talk to higher ranking men that way. We say, yes, my lord. You understand what I'm saying? And so, I ain't saying that to no damn man. But you're going to say, yes, sir, to your boss.
Right.
As soon as Bradley walk in here, you're going, yes, sir. Hey, boss, you're going to go ahead and do it. When it comes to another black or Latino man, you got a problem. You want to grit your teeth. And what the scripture said, this man, seeing these strangers, he bowed down, he bowed his head to him out of respect. And not only that, he greeted these brothers and asked them to come onto his house. You understand? To be a host, to be a gracious host. Come to my house. Go ahead.
And tarry all night.
And you come in, stay all night. And come on by to the house. Go ahead.
And wash your feet.
And wash your feet. You know what I'm saying? Get off your feet. Come on in. In other words, come on in and relax. Go ahead.
And ye shall rise up early.
And you can get up in the morning time. That's it. Now he entertained these strangers. They just walked in there. I know it may sound odd because this is what we don't do nowadays.
Right.
So it sounds odd. He walked to these two niggas and said, what? That's what it sounds like, because in our brains, this is just what society has planted in our brain.
Right.
Going to those two niggas, inviting them into my house. You know, that's what society has this made this saturated in our brains. You understand what I'm saying? But during this time, this brother recognized and realized that these are the chosen people of God, just like him. He showed respect to them and said, come to my house. You understand? Because he knew that these men were just like him. So he's not worried about them stealing, sleeping with his wife, raping his daughters. He's not worried about none of that. Excuse me.
Right.
About essaying. Is that the word? We say essaying his daughters. He's not worried about any of that. You understand? Keep going.
And go on your way.
Then you go on your way. Just come on to the house, relax, get off your feet, wash your feet, and you can go in the morning time. Go ahead.
And they said, nay.
They said, nah, we're not going to do that. You understand? We're not going to do it. They declined his offer. They declined it. At least Lot gave him the opportunity to say yes or no. You understand? But they declined it. Now let's see what happened after that. Go ahead.
But we will abide in the street all night.
We'll stay in the street. Don't even worry about it. You understand? We'll stay in the street. See, but I don't think Lot was going for that too tough. You understand? But I'm just trying to paint this picture to y'all. I'm sure y'all heard the story 1,000 times, but you're going to hear 1,001 today.
Right.
You understand? Lot invited these men over. They said, no, we'll stay outside. We'll stay in the streets all night. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And he pressed upon them greatly.
He said, come on. You know how somebody was asking you, you say, no, I'm all right. Man, come on. Just come on. He pressed him. You know what I'm saying? He pressed him. Go ahead.
And they turned in unto him.
They said, okay, we'll go. We'll go. We'll go to the house, relax, wash your feet, everything you just said. We'll go ahead in there and we'll do that. You convinced us. You understand? This is all a test for Lot, but go ahead.
And entered into his house.
Now, so the men went on, they took Lot up on his offer. You understand? They took him up on his offer, went on into the house. Go ahead.
And he made them a feast.
He made them a feast. Let them eat. What better way? You can go in there, wash your feet, you can eat and rest, and you can go on about your way in the morning time. I mean, damn, son, he got a motel or something going on.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's that kind of love that he showed these strangers. I mean, that's the kind of love we have to show each other. Now, I'm not saying go out there and just bring some strangers in your house. I'm not saying that. But the level of respect he had for these men is what we need to have for each other.
Right.
I'm not saying bring them into your house. I know what you're saying. Well, that's just the Bible. Well, it's not just the Bible. This is a story, obviously, that meant something because we're reading about it 2,000 years later.
Right.
But what I'm saying is the spirit behind it is showing respect to each other. There's nothing wrong with offering help to someone. Or maybe not even help, offering comfort to someone. It's no different from being on a public bus and an old lady get on the bus. It wouldn't be, if you're a grown, strong man, get up and let her sit down. Let the pregnant sister sit down. Or the sister that got multiple kids or multiple bags. There's no wrong with giving up your seat. You understand? It's a level of respect. It's a spirit behind the story. You understand? These brothers didn't ask for no help. They didn't even need it. They said, well, stay outside. He said, no, come on. You know what I'm saying? Let me be kind to you. You know what I'm saying? Let me do that. Go ahead.
And did bake unleavened bread.
Bake some unleavened bread. Now, y'all know we eat that unleavened bread during the Passover, and it's delicious.
That's right.
You understand? Unleavened bread keeps you humble. Go ahead.
And they did eat.
And they all sat down and they ate, just like Lot wanted them to do. Go ahead.
Verse 4. But before they lay down.
But after they ate, something's going to happen now. Everything's going nice and smooth. But just like life, when things are going smooth, sometimes things just happen.
Right.
Here comes somebody disrupting something.
Right.
Now, when I say someone, it could be anything. Here come diabetes disrupting your home. Here come cancer disrupting your home. Here come a flat tire. Here come a broken arm. Here come death in the family. Here come losing a job. Here comes an eviction notice. Here comes more pain, more stress, more reasons to be depressed, more reasons to give up, more reasons to quit, more reasons to stop. Here comes something. Keep going.
The men of the city.
The men of the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, the filthy, disgusting cesspool hellhole, similar to America. Go ahead.
Even the men of Sodom.
Come
past the house round.
Now they come to Lot's house and surround it. You understand? These are men. They come. What do you think they're doing? They coming to sing what, Christmas carols? You know, or what, a census maybe? What do you think these men are coming to Lot's house for? Go ahead.
Both old and young.
They got old ones and young ones out there. Generational freakiness.
Right.
We'll get to that. Go ahead. Keep going.
All the people from every quarter.
Yeah, everybody came. Crosstown, downtown, east side, west side. Everybody came through. All going to Lot's house. The word spread that these two men, these two strangers, came into Lot's house. Now here they come. Your nosy neighbors coming around to cause a problem. You understand? Wasn't thinking about you until these strangers came into your house. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 5. And
real quick, and just keep this in your mind. Lot don't know these brothers.
Right.
He don't know these brothers. But obviously from their mannerisms, he recognized them and accepted them, bowed them, showed them respect, brought them into his house, washed their feet, let them eat, about to let them rest. You understand? He don't know if these are criminals. Are these men coming to this house because these two men are criminals? Because they did something to somebody and they're coming to get them? Well, he may have had an idea that that's not the case because these men seem to be just like him, chosen men of God, who keep the laws.
Right.
You understand? So it couldn't be some mischief that these men are getting into.
Right.
This is not their caliber.
Right.
Go ahead.
But on God, verse 5, and they called unto Lot, and said unto him,
Yep.
Where are the men which came into thee this night?
Where those men at? Where those men at? They obviously wasn't scraggly looking bad. They must have been some decent brothers that walked up in that house to have these men come in and say, where they at? And not only do they want to know where they at, what else they want to do? What else they say? Go ahead, brother.
Bring them out unto us.
Bring them outside. Go ahead.
That we may know them.
That we may know them. Now, anybody who may be familiar with biblical terms, to know someone is to have sex with them. Bring them outside so we may know them.
Right.
You understand? These are a bunch of sodomites in Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
Who like sodomy. And so can I say sodomy on the line? Or essing me? What's the term?
LGBTQ community.
Yeah, they like to do alternative things.
Right.
Is that the way it is? I don't know the acronyms and all of that. You understand? So these men live a alternative lifestyle.
Right.
Apparently. And they want those two men to come outside so we can know them. In other words, so we can gang assault them.
Right.
Sexually. You understand? Bring them outside. Those two strange men that's in your house.
Right.
Go ahead.
On God. Verse 6. And Lot went out at the door unto them. And shut the door after him.
He went back into the house, shut the door. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly.
Excuse me. He went outside and shut the door. Go ahead. Say it again. He did what?
God, verse 7. And said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly.
Don't do that. Don't be wicked to these men. Why is he saying don't be wicked to this man? Because that's not his caliber. Right. To be wicked and nasty and disgusting like the hellhole he lives in. He could have easily conformed to that lifestyle by living in such a hellhole. You understand? Which means what, black man? The hellhole you live in, you don't have to conform to it. You don't have to be about that lifestyle.
Right.
You don't have to do what they say do. You don't have to lose your dignity, your pride, your values, your principles, your self-respect. You don't have to do it. Sometimes you got to close the door and face it. And let them know, I'm not compromising myself. I'm going to ask you not to do what you're trying to do. I'm asking you not to do it. Go ahead.
So God, verse 8. Behold now, I have two daughters which have not known man.
Now check this out. He said, instead of me bringing these two strangers out, so you can sexually assault these men, how about this? I'll give you my daughters who never even knew a man. Can you understand that? Do you know what kind of brotherhood that is?
Right.
You understand? He said, I'll give you my daughters just so you won't do no wicked to these men. You can have my daughters. They don't even, fresh meat, as they say.
Right.
Don't even know a man. Now you ask yourself, would you do that? That's a hard decision to do.
Right.
So yeah, you can take my daughters. You can have sex with them. But just don't do it to these brothers. Don't do what you're gonna do to these brothers. You could do it to my daughters. Damn. You understand? You could do it to my daughters. That's how strong Lot's brotherhood is. That's how strong. That's a strong brotherhood. You gotta ask yourself, "What can I do that?" Hell no, you can't. You understand? Because you'll sell your brother out to keep your raggedy job. You'll throw a brother under the bus just so you can hide your dirt.
Right.
You understand? You'll turn your back on a homeless brother quick. Turn your back on a brother in drug rehab quick. Turn your back on a sister that might not be living right quick. We're quick to throw each other under the bus. Quick. So nobody could even imagine giving up your child for some strangers. I mean, damn, this is a whole nother level of brotherhood.
Right.
This is a whole nother level. But there's a spirit behind this. You understand? See, Lot trusted in the Most High God. He stood on what he believed in. You understand? He stood on it. They said, well, he's gonna give his daughters up to be taken. Listen, back in the day, men gave their daughters to men. You understand? He didn't say she's gonna have sex with all of them, but my daughter's gonna marry one of my daughters. The righteous way. You can do that righteously.
Right.
But having intercourse with a man and taking his manhood, that's not righteous at all.
Right.
There's nothing righteous about that. Whether they go one by one or just one of them gonna do it. It's not right. Point is, he stood on what he believed in, and what he believed in is that we all should speak the same thing, that we all be perfectly joined together. You understand? That we stick to this brotherhood, no matter what, even if your life's on the line, and Lot's life was on the line.
Right.
Go ahead, keep going.
Oh God, let me, I pray you.
I'm praying to you. Go ahead.
Bring them out unto you.
Uh-huh.
And do ye to them as is good in your eyes.
Now, you can go ahead and have my daughters. Do what's good in your eyes. You understand? Now you talking to some men that's flaming outside.
Right.
They're not interested in the woman.
Right.
You understand? Keep going.
Only unto these men do nothing.
Don't do nothing to these men. Don't do nothing to these strange men that I just met. To these strangers that just walked into the gate. To these strangers that I'm entertaining. To these strangers that came into my house, washed their feet, fed them with my family. Don't do nothing to them. They under my watch. I'm responsible for them. You understand? If we had that attitude with the neighborhood, I'm responsible for these kids out here. They can't get shot in the head. I'm responsible for these kids out here. There's no more than buying guns.
Right.
There's no more selling them drugs. There's no more fentanyl for them. There's no more of this laced marijuana.
Right.
There's no more of this. There's no more abortion clinics coming in here. You understand? There's no more of these things going to happen on my watch. Keep going.
And on God. For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof.
Just like I said, he's claiming they're under my roof, under my watch, under my protection. You understand? And that's the attitude we should have toward each other. Now, once again, this is a spiritual thing. If you look at the next black man, woman, or child as your responsibility, it'll stop a lot. You understand? It'll stop a lot of crime. It'll stop a lot of hatred. It'll stop a lot of disappointment. A lot of unnecessary funerals. It'll stop a lot of abortions. It'll stop a lot of depression. It'll stop a lot of stress, a lot of trauma, a lot of PTSD. It'll stop a lot if we said, I'm going to be accountable for the next black man, for the next Latino man, woman, or child. I'm going to take responsibility for them. They under my watch.
Right.
And if every single black man, woman, and child thought that way, it would start something that this disgusting world could stop.
That's right.
They can't stop it. You understand? Like I said, this is a spiritual thing. This is a spiritual thing. He's taking responsibility and ownership for these black men that he let inside his damn house. Don't do nothing to them. Keep going.
Come on, God, verse 9. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and we will needs, Salakia, and he will needs be a judge.
You understand? Listen, they come in here, we're gonna judge them. Bring them on out still. They're still demanding that these men come out because their lust is burning. It's inflamed. They can't help it. You understand? They can't help it. And they want these men. Forget them daughters. You understand? Wickedness is what they want to do. Absolute wickedness. They love to shed innocent blood. They love it. You know, that's the spirit of this filthy, disgusting hellhole we live in now. They love wickedness. They love sexual deviancy. It's all on the news. They love sexual deviancy. Why would they want to be with a woman when they can just insert themselves inside of a man?
Right.
How wicked is that? How disgusting and wicked. That's the same thing society. This oppressor loves to insert himself into our culture, into our heritage, into our language, into our music, into our literature, into our art, into our homes. You understand? They just want to insert themselves in our lives. That's what they want to do, and do the most wickedest thing of all. Every time they get up, all they think about is how they can destroy us all the time. Brother, go ahead. You want to say something?
Question off topic.
Well, if it's off topic, hold it for a second. Give me a second. I'll try to get to your question right now. I want to stick to the brotherhood. All right? Just give me 1 second. We'll see if we can get to it. Now, go ahead. Keep reading.
Come on, God. Now, will we deal worse with thee than with them? And they press sore upon the man.
You understand? They press. You know, they are pressing. They tell them, get out the way, Lot. We're gonna deal with you. No, we'll do it to you. But Lot standing strong. You understand? Lot standing absolutely strong in what he believed in. Keep going.
Even Lot. And came there to break the door.
They want to come bust into this house. You understand? Now they're doing a home invasion.
Right.
You know, so now it's home invasion time. Their lust is so inflamed, and that they're trying their best to go to sexually assault these men so bad that now they're gonna bum rush the house and run in here and go get these men.
Right.
You understand? Now let's see what happens. Let's see if they're gonna go ahead and get to these men. If Lot's gonna allow them to do that. Let's just see. Go ahead.
So on verse 10. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them.
Now, the two men, they reached out and pulled Lot into the house as this mob is outside trying their best to enter into the home so they can sexually assault these men. Right? Keep going.
Come on, God. Salakia. Verse, and shut the door. Verse 11. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness.
Now, what happened? These two angels decided it's time to go to work now. You understand? These are two angels. Lot didn't know these were angels.
Right.
But now these two angels are going to reveal themselves. And they smoked them with blindness.
Right.
You understand? He hit them with blindness. These angels, who were sent from the Most High God, smoked these men with blindness. They couldn't see what the hell's going on now. Now they're in trouble. Now it's too late. You understand? Now it's too late. Keep going.
The Lord God, both small and great, so that they weary themselves to find the door.
Now they can't see. Now they're scrambling around, patting around, trying to find the door because they can't see now. Now they got smothered with blindness. Now they can't see. It's no different from being pepper sprayed or maced or something like that. Now, if you ever been maced or pepper sprayed, it's a horrible, horrible feeling. You can't open your eyes. It's burning. You're trying to figure your way out, and you just can't do it because you're in agony. You understand? So now they can't see. Keep going.
Go to our God, verse 12. And the man said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy son, and thy daughters?
Is there anybody else in here besides them? Who else is in here? Go ahead.
And whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place.
Now, whatever this is that got our eyes burning and we can't see, get it out of here. Get it out of here. Now they're begging for mercy. See, this is what happens when you serve the Most High God.
Right.
You never know who can change your life. You never know who can get you out of a situation that you're in. You never know who can throw a lifesaver to pull you out of the cesspool that you live in right now. You just never know. You never know who you're entertaining. We read it in Hebrews. We read it. You never know who you're dealing with. You understand? The same way Lot didn't know who he was dealing with. He had a mob of sexually aggressive deviants at his door. And guess what? These two strangers who turned out to be angels are about to save Lot's life and destroy this cesshole that he lives in. Destroy this place of lust, greed, fornication, hatred, jealousy. He's going to destroy this place. Why? Because he did exactly what the Most High God said. He spoke the same thing. He was joined together perfectly with them. He protected them, took responsibility and accountability for them. Wasn't going to allow them to be hurt. Wasn't going to allow anybody to come into his house and harm his guest under his watch. He stood with it, and the Most High God seemed fit for Lot to watch these people get destroyed.
Right.
Now, the same thing can happen for you and I. If we practice brotherhood, respect, humbling ourselves, feeling a sense of responsibility for the next man, for the next brother or sister, feeling that responsibility. You know, if we felt that way, it wouldn't be so many broken homes in our communities.
Right.
If we felt a responsibility for each other, that you're not going to let nothing outside of this harm anything that we are taking accountability for. We're not going to allow it to happen. There would be no gentrification. You understand? If we took responsibility and accountability for the next man. But we got too much hatred floating around. We got too much hatred floating around. Too much drugs floating around. Too many unnecessary gunshots floating around. You understand? Too much greed and lust floating around. You understand? Keep going.
Hello, God. Verse 13. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord.
Now, these are the angels speaking. Now they're saying we're going to destroy this place. This is what they came to do, to destroy this filthy, disgusting place that Lot was living in. You understand? To destroy it. The same way he's going to destroy America. You understand? For the disgusting, filthy sins and turmoil and hatred and harm that they've caused to God's chosen people, the Most High God is going to destroy this place.
That's right.
You understand? All we have to do is practice extreme, obsessive brotherhood and sisterhood. That's all we have to do. You understand? That's all we have to do. Is to speak the same thing, to be perfectly joined together, as you read in 1 Corinthians. You understand?
Right.
And learn to entertain each other, and specifically if they're strangers, entertain each other, because you never know who you're entertaining.
Right.
You never know who the Lord sits in your life to destroy your situation.
Right.
To mix things up and rearrange things and to fix things in your situation. You never know who the Lord put in your path.
Right.
Now, you're going to allow arrogance, thinking you're too good, thinking someone's not as good as you, or you're better than someone because of this situation, or how they look, or where they from, or because they can't speak English, or because of whatever garbage that society has put in your mind. You're going to let that stop God from sending somebody in your life to change your situation, to destroy all the destruction around you, to take away the depression and the stress and the worry and the tearful nights and the loneliness that the Most High God won't take that away if you just obey and listen and love His children just like He does. Am I making sense?
Come on, God.
Let's keep going.
Come on, God. And the Lord have sent us to destroy it.
And that's what the Lord will do for you and I.
That's right.
You understand? He'll do it for you and I. He'll send a situation our way to destroy whatever's in our path.
Right.
You understand? To absolutely destroy it. Not money's going to do it. Not grenades. Not bullets. Not taekwondo. Not jiu-jitsu, aikido, boxing, whatever it is you got in your little mind that you think that's your survival ticket. That's not it. The Most High God is the only way to go. That's the only thing. That's it. That's it. You understand? Most High God sent them angels to destroy it. Go ahead, brother.
That's right.
Good.
Come on, God.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Verse 14. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city.
Go ahead.
But he seems as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law.
You understand? He's telling these brothers, he's telling certain brothers that were with some of his daughters, his son-in-laws. You understand? His son-in-laws. It seems that Lot had daughters that were married and some that were not.
Right.
You understand? So he's telling his son-in-laws, "Hey, let's get up out of here." But they seem not to be on the same page.
Right.
They seem not to want to move. They didn't believe what was going on there. You understand? The same way the Lord got people in your life. That they don't when they see you changing your ways and you coming about the situation, they don't believe that. You understand? There's something else going on. They don't believe that the Most High God could send something your way. How could He send somebody your way? Look at that job you work or the job you don't work. Look at the place you live in. Look at who you are. Nah, this can't be true. You know what I'm saying? This ain't it. This ain't it. We don't believe in that garbage that you believe in. But the Most High God is here to change all of that.
Right.
He's here to make believers out of non-believers. Either you're going to get with it or you're going to have to lay down. One way or another. You understand? One way or another. The Most High God will send people in your life that will change your situation. The same way these angels changed Lot's situation. The same exact way. You understand? Because Lot stood on extreme brotherhood.
Right.
He was obsessed with the brotherhood. And the same way we need to be obsessed with the brotherhood. The same exact way. You understand? The same exact way. Now let's drop that real quick. Y'all can take your time, go back to Genesis 19, read the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? Go over it. I want to skip around a little bit for time's sake. So we got a little bit of time left. Let's go to First Maccabees chapter 3, and we'll start at believe verse 17. We'll start there. First Maccabees, all right? Y'all got to understand and see and realize what's going on out here. You never know who is who. You never know who you're dealing with. Never know who can change your life. It don't hurt to listen. You understand? It don't hurt. It don't hurt to listen at all. It don't hurt to be kind and cordial to the next man. That's what we're missing. Real quick, what was the question that's off topic?
I'll see
what that is real quick.
This is from Drop City. He asks, how do you treat non-Israelites?
Well, listen, that's a good question. If you, so if you see any scripture that relates to that, let me know. Off the top of my head, how do you treat? Go ahead and say something.
If it's possible, we have peace with all men.
Go ahead. How do you treat them? Let me put it this way. We're not going to treat them how they treat us. Non-Israelites, there's nothing wrong with being kind and cordial with them as well. You know why? Because they don't have a kind, cordial bone in their body. You might meet one or two or a few that seem to be cordial, respectful. They're nice at the job. You know, they might bring donuts and croissants or whatever the case may be, or, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Go to lunch or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, you can't do what Lot did with these brothers and invite them into your home and love them and cherish them. You can't give your sons to their daughters to your sons. There's nothing. We separate from them. As far as being kind and cordial and peaceful, that's who you are. That's naturally who you are, to be a kind person. There's nothing wrong with being kind. There's nothing wrong with being somewhat helpful. We don't have to walk around with white hoods and lynch people like they do. We don't have to do things like that. We don't have to go in the neighborhood and flood it with drugs. We don't have to do these things. You understand? We don't have to do any of that. You understand? No, you don't. No, give me this real quick. Give me that's wise as a serpent. That one. Let me get that real quick. I'll give you a quick scripture. My man Drop City. Big up to my man Drop City tuning in. Appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe and everything, which I believe you already are. Share the content. Big up Drop City. All my brothers and sisters that's tuned in throughout the New York region and elsewhere. Very greatly appreciate. So we're gonna drop a scripture real quick on how you could be around and treat non-Israelites. You understand? Because we're not like them. We're not wicked, disgusting people. You understand? You just got to be aware of your surroundings. You understand? So let me know when you got that, so we can read it. How you should act around these non-Israelites, these heathens.
Tell
them where you at, what you got.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Sure. Behold, I set you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Look, I send you like sheep in the midst of wolves, and that's who we are. Sheep are not dumb animals. Sheep are disciplined animals. You understand? They're disciplined, and they listen to their shepherd. We are the Most High sheep, and we listen. You understand? He gonna send us out to the wolves. You understand? To these filthy, disgusting, blood-sucking, thirsty, greedy, lustful bastards that we call the oppressors of this earth and of this world and of this cesspool we live in. He's going to send us out like sheep amongst the wolves. Go ahead.
Be ye therefore, Slakia. Behold, I set you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise.
Be wise. Go ahead.
As serpents.
Now, what does it mean be wise as a serpent? That means make sure you look around. As I said, you can't sneak up on a snake. A snake is always aware of its surroundings.
Right.
It knows where to go high, where to go climb up. It knows when to attack. You understand? The snake is always looking, always aware. When you're around these heathens, just be aware. That's how you have to be. Be aware. But go ahead.
Oh God. And harmless as dove.
Now, and be as harmless as dove. You're not here to hurt nobody. You're aware of what you're around, though. You're aware. You know what's going on. You see what's going on. But you're just as harmless as a dove. They ain't coming to bother nobody or harm anybody. You understand? ain't coming to harm not a soul. All right? That's how you should conduct yourself, to be aware of your surroundings and be harmless as a dove. Come in peace. You understand? And it's good that we come in peace with these other nations because we know God is with us. Most like God is not with them.
Right.
You understand? So we have every right to be peaceful and be as harmless as a dove, like the scriptures say. Now we're going to go into the Apocrypha real quick. Give me Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13, verse 10. All right, this is for my man Drop City. All right, we're going to go into Ecclesiasticus, which is in the Apocrypha. All right, Apocrypha is one of the 14 books that the Roman Catholic Church took out of the Bible because it spoke about wars that took place with our ancestors and with our people. You know what I'm saying? And they never wanted to incite any type of revolt or any type of kickback from the Israelites because the Israelites were enslaved. So they never wanted anybody to get that warrior spirit in them, which we naturally have. Ecclesiastes chapter 13, I believe it is, right?
Ecclesiastes 13 and 10.
Yes, Ecclesiasticus, right?
Touch thou not upon them.
I'll never trust the enemy. Which one is that? I was at 10. Well, let me see real quick. There's Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and 10. Might be wrong. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. It's 12 and 10, excuse me. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Ecclesiasticus, not Ecclesiastes, for those who's watching. Ecclesiastes 12. I use that chapter. All right, now, this is how you should always this is how you should always keep this is what you should keep in your mind when dealing with non-Israelites. Read what you got.
God. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 10. Never trust thy enemy.
Say it again.
Never trust thy enemy.
Don't never ever trust him. When you're around him, be as wise as a serpent, be as harmless as a dove, but never ever trust him. Go ahead.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Now, just as sure as iron will rust, eventually he will show his wickedness. Any of the other nations, any non-Israelite will eventually show you their wickedness. Eventually, just as sure as iron rust. Never trust it, according to the scriptures. Never trust thy enemy. Now, you might say, I was going to say, love your enemy, which means what? There's two types of enemies.
Right.
You got an enemy of blood. Might think an enemy is a crip. God saying, you love your enemy. That blood should love that crip. That crip should love that blood. Then there's another enemy that we were sold to be slaves, as they state in Deuteronomy chapter 28. That enemy who enslaved us and made us bondmen and bondwomen and raped our ancestors and continue to harm us and hurt us to this very day. That enemy who is the oppressor, the non-Israelite, don't ever trust them.
Right.
Never trust them. All right, that answers the question. Now let's go back real quick. We'll keep talking about the strength that we have that comes from Most High God and how we can obtain it by entertaining strangers, which means entertaining the next brother or the next sister, because you don't know who the hell you're talking to. You understand? And you don't do it for a favor. You do it because God told you to do it. That makes things very simple. Keeps you from overthinking. You understand? Go to 1 Maccabees. All right? You're going to go to 1 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 17. Everybody who knows me knows this is one of my favorite scriptures here. So I figure, why stop now? All right? 1 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 17. And I want you to pay close attention. Go ahead.
Colonel Carr, 1 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 17. Who, when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude and so strong?
Now, this is Judas Maccabees, who's one of the greatest, so I say generals, for teaching purposes, of a host of Israelites, of a military army of Israelites. You understand? When he was on point, he was on point. And one of his soldiers asking, how can we beat this multitude? How can we, like Lot, face all of those people outside of the house trying to come in and break in and harm us being so few in here? How can we win against that? Now you might ask yourself that. How can I pay all of these bills with this little bit of money?
Right.
You understand?
Right.
How can I go through all these health issues with this little bit of insurance I got?
Right.
You understand? How can I do that? How can I sit here and go against this oppressive military? How can I go against this oppressive police force? How can I go against these correction officers? How can I go against these people being so few? Little old poor me, little old depressed me, little old stressed out me, little old PSD having, ADHD having, anxiety having. How can I beat such a great multitude of people? How can I win? You understand? And we talked about some ways to win, and that's being a brother to your brother, a sister to your sister. You understand? We win by brotherhood. That's
right.
One example that we shown.
Right.
And once we execute having extreme obsessive brotherhood that satisfies the Most High God so much that he is moved to destroy everything in your path that is trying to be a hazmat or a hazard towards you. To shake God up a little bit, to say, you know what? I'm going to send you something now. Now you might ask yourself, how can I win? What did God say? Keep going.
God, seeing we are ready to faint with fasting all this day.
How we gonna win? We weak. We ain't eating, no, we don't got sufficient food. Didn't Trump just cut off food stamps not too long ago?
Right.
You can't get no hot food off it. You can only get so much and do so much. Food pantries is drying up. They got all types of processed meat, chemicals, and everything else in these foods and all. How can we win being so weak from fasting? How can we win? How can we win being so destroyed, coming from a broken home, not knowing your father, your mother's sick,
right?
Your brother's in prison, your sister's a whore. How can you win? Uncle used to molest you, incarcerated numerous times. You understand? How can we win?
Right.
Being weak, at least what you think is weak, at least in your mind, what you think is weak because you see it in front of your face. You think it means something. Well, let's see what God said. Go ahead.
Come on, God, verse 18. Unto whom Judas answered.
This is what Judas said to his soldier. You understand? This is what Judas said to his soldier who didn't know no better.
Right.
The soldier knew how to fight physically.
Right.
Physically, he could fight. Spiritually, he didn't know which direction to go. And Judas is just going to give this young man some seasoning.
Right.
You understand? He's going to give him a little bit of skill behind his zip. You understand? Keep going.
Come on, God. It is no hard matter.
It's no big deal. Go ahead.
For many to be shut up in the hands of a few.
It's no hard matter for the Most High God to shut up a large magnitude of people, just like he did for Lot. Just like we just read in Genesis 19, what he did for Lot. How he brought those two strangers into his house and showed how brotherhood can get you to the next level.
Right.
How the Most High God put people in Lot's life to destroy everything in front of them. That house didn't have an army in it. That house didn't have bombs and grenades and cannonballs in it. But the Lot had people of God inside of it.
That's right.
And that was enough to destroy a city of people. All you got to do is go back and read chapter 19. Go back and read chapter 19 and you'll see for yourself. Keep going.
God. And with the God of heaven, it is all one.
It's all one. Go ahead.
To deliver with a great multitude or a small company.
This is what you need to understand in your simple lifestyles and our simple lifestyles. Is that it don't matter what you're facing. It don't matter what you're going up against. It don't matter where you're from. Don't matter how you look. It don't matter. As long as your veins are being flooded with the blood of royalty that was given to you by the Most High God, there is nothing on the face of this earth that can destroy you, that can bother you, that can put a dent in who you are, that can remove your inheritance from the Most High God. There's nothing on earth. Not a bill, not a disease, not heartache, nothing. But you have to know that. We have to know that. You understand? Once we know these things, it's easy to do what Lot did, to take accountability for the next black man, for the next sister, to not allow them to be whores, to not allow strip clubs and pregnancy and Planned Parenthoods and all of that, to not allow gun violence, to not allow overdoses and heroin and fentanyl and cocaine and all the rest of this stuff that's floating around. To not allow these things, to take accountability for the next man, the way Judas is taking accountability for this young soldier that's asking him this question. He took accountability for him. Why? He answered his question, and now he's going to guide this man to victory. He could have said, "Get out my face," and shut up and go do what I tell you. He didn't do that. He guided this young man. Because why? Because this young man is in his house, under his roof, under his care. And that's how we have to look at the next black man and woman every single time. Same way Lot did. If we do that, the victory is all ours. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 19. For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host.
It don't matter. It don't matter all the things that you're going through. All of the people that's against you. Your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your ex, your other ex, and your other ex, your ex's new one, everybody that might be against you, even yourself. Even when you look in the mirror and that person is against you. God said your strength comes from where? Read it.
God, for strength.
For what?
Strength.
Winning.
Strength.
The victory.
Strength.
Being on top.
Strength.
Dominating.
Strength.
Conquering.
Strength.
Ruling.
Strength.
Running things.
Strength.
Go ahead.
Coming from heaven.
That's where your strength comes from. You understand? That's where your strength comes from. Serving the Most High God. How do you serve the Most High God? Love his children. You understand? I got friends with children. I got close brothers of mine with children. If I see one of my close friends' son, and I decide to run up on him and kick him in his face, what am I telling his father? Well, that's what happens when you mistreat God's children.
Right.
When you mistreat that stranger, when you mistreat that brother or sister, and you kick him in his face, what are you telling the Most High God? You understand? Instead of giving them a hand.
Right.
That's it. You can hold a hand or give a hand. either one serving the Most High God with helping another Black, Latino, or Native American man, woman, or child. This is where our strength comes from. You understand? When we speak the same thing, we just read it in 1 Corinthians. When we speak the same thing, when we know who the common enemy is, it's not a hard matter for me to know who my brother is. And once we click like that, God's on our side. Don't the scripture say, where two are gathered, there I am?
That's right.
Well, can you imagine 2 million being gathered there? If 2 is strong, then imagine 200 million.
That's right.
You understand? Imagine 200 million people. You understand? Imagine that. Imagine having that strength. If the Most High God said, if 2 are there, there I am. 2 black men together, 2 Latino men together, God said, there I am. So imagine more than that. And it's not about the number, it's about where the strength comes from.
Right.
According to the scriptures, the strength comes from where?
Heaven.
There you go. That's where it said the strength comes from. You understand? The strength comes from heaven. Slop, give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Now, if I may, I want to be clear. You understand? This is read it one more time from the top. Read it again from the top.
Come on, God. First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 19. For the victory of battle stands not in a multitude of an host.
The Most High God said He don't give a damn how much you're going against, what you're going against, who you're going against. It could be 1 million of them. It doesn't matter. It's not a hard matter for the Most High God to shut down 1,000 people with 2 niggas.
Right.
You understand? According to the scriptures. Why is that? Read it again.
For the victory of battle standeth not in a multitude of an host.
It don't matter how many people. If you want a victory in this battle, where does your strength come from?
For strength coming from heaven.
Your strength comes from the Most High God. And as a black man, Latino man, you need God. You understand? Because right now we're incarcerated, inside different institutions, living in hell, dealing with depression, dealing with stress, dealing with all types of trauma. You understand?
Right.
Then we got to go outside and deal with gun violence, all types of drugs, all types of filth. You understand? We got to deal with a lot being a black and Latino man. You understand? Other cultures can't walk in our shoes.
Right.
But they can make imitation shoes and make it look like our shoes, but they can't walk in our shoes.
Right.
You know why? Because the things we go through, we must have God on our side. You understand? To not blow your goddamn brains out, you must have God on your side. And that's where our strength comes from, the Most High God.
Right.
You understand that? You understand? Now, your Christian church is not teaching none of that. Your Christian church going to teach you to tell your kids to go sit on Santa Claus's lap and jingle his bells. He's going to ask you, ask your child, was he naughty? You understand? This is what Christianity teaches you. This is what society teaches you. Let's keep going.
God. Verse 20. They come against us in much pride.
Say it again.
They come against us in much pride.
And this is what this oppressor does. They come against us with much pride. They come and knock on your door and tell you, bring them men outside so we get to know them. You understand? Bring them outside. You understand? Bring them outside so we can get to know them. They had a whole lot of pride. Did they not have a lot of pride? Knocking on the man's door, telling him, if you don't let, or we're going to come in.
Right.
This is the same type of filthy attitude this oppressor has. Do it our way, or we're going to come in your house and destroy you. Nick Cannon. You understand?
Right.
Yeah, come inside. Yeah, come inside. Come inside. Read it again one more time. Read it again.
God. They come against us in much pride
Uh-huh.
and iniquity to destroy us.
Now, this oppressor's whole thing is to come on inside our houses and destroy us. How did it destroy us? They give us the things that we lust for.
Right.
That they force us to lust for. They're gonna give you them drugs. They're gonna do that. You understand? They're gonna give you all type of abortion clinics. They're gonna give you all the they're gonna give you everything you need to destroy you. You understand? To absolutely destroy you. That's the plan. There's nothing good that a white man has given to no black man. Not at all.
Right.
You might call it Section 8. You might call it welfare. That's a crumb.
Right.
In this society. That is a crumb. That's nothing. And guess what? He gave us so many crumbs, you willing to go blow another nigga's head off just for a crumb.
Right.
You willing to fight for a block that you don't own nothing on. You understand that? Meanwhile, while you're sitting there trying to be like something you're not, your children are being swept up and sucked up by these streets. You understand why? Because we're so busy trying our best to impress this filthy, disgusting oppressor when you don't know your strength comes from the Most High God. That the black man's blood and the Latino man's blood is royal blood. You understand? A white man's not worth your spit according to the scriptures.
Right.
You understand that? And that's why we got to stick together and come together. Once again, if the Most High God said, if two of you were there, I am there. Now you can just imagine if we keep that going. You understand? We can make the ghetto great again. It'll be a beautiful thing to have a black renaissance again. You understand?
That's right.
And know who the enemy is. It'll be beautiful to have a black Wall Street again. You understand? It'd be good to have a Slocum, Texas again.
Right.
It'd be good to have segregation again.
Right.
I don't need to rub elbows or sit in the same toilet as no white man for me to be great. Do you? Hell no. But what I do need to do is love my brother.
Right.
Be patient with my brother. Not turn my back on my brother. You understand? To show my brother that he has some value. That no matter what cards he was dealt in life, he's better than that.
That's right.
He's better than that. You understand? All right, no sweat, brother. All right, I'll hit you back. You understand? That he's better than that. You understand? And these are the things that we have to overcome. How do we overcome it? With brotherhood.
That's right.
That's where it's going to start at. With brotherhood. You understand? Let's keep going.
God. And our wives and children and to spoil us.
And all they want to do is destroy our wives and destroy our children. And they're doing a damn good job of it right now. You know why? Because we don't practice brotherhood.
Right.
We don't practice sisterhood. If we do that, we'll keep our families together. We'll keep our communities together.
That's right.
We'll keep our lives together.
Right.
Black man, woman, and child. If you get time, go over these scriptures, man. Tune into class. We got class tomorrow. Law classes tomorrow. Tune in, like, subscribe, leave a comment, share this content. It's time right now. It's high time right now for the Black, Latino, Native American man, woman, and child to come together. We don't got nothing to lose and everything to gain. You understand? Let's go out with I want to go out with Brazal's song again. We're gonna end it with a song. You know what I'm saying? Please leave a comment. You understand? Sign into the sign-in sheet. If y'all can, if not, just leave your attendance in the comments. I pray that the Most High God be with you through this whole week, through this whole month, through this whole year. Stay strong, stay focused, stay dangerous. You understand? And don't forget the oppressor is the devil, and you are absolute royalty. With that, I say shalom.
Come on.
Hey, yo, slow down for a second. Slow down. Hey, yo, Shaw, Brazal, hop up real quick. We're gonna get these niggas real quick.
What they talking about? Just about a month ago, I was in a weird place, talking like they bout it. Come around, niggas scared straight. I've been locked in, no distractions for a year straight. This shit heavy duty, keep it coolly, pump your air brakes. One West, I don't hear the rhetoric. One West versus these cats, we ain't sweating shit. Pop it on the internet, you see them, they ain't saying shit. Nigga, who's you put with? Stepping out the murder van, nothing they seen before. One hand wash the other hand, battle scars I needed though. Living by the law, y'all can keep it cool. I've been organizing, strategizing, they ain't people though. This is not a drill, this is not a rental. What I look like, earn my stripes, man, I'm too official. They gon' say they knew me, but they don't know the new me. I'm glorious, notorious, Biggie with the cool. I wrote this on a loose sleeve, kicking shit like Bruce Lee. Never slipping blade under my pillow like it's loose teeth. This is how a soldier look, doing what I'm supposed to do. If you rockin', then I'm rockin', nigga, that's how soldiers move.
Right. Soldier move, nigga. Soldier moves, nigga. Shaw. Okay. Man, I hate when the pussy niggas speak to me, cause only one I talk to is beneath the sheets. I'm rude in speech, cavity in my fist might lose your teeth. Who is you to me? Now you can't even damn chew or eat, just fucking drink. But I take that way if you don't even think I'm off the leash. I'm humble but will still unleash. Talk big but shrink when you're around a damn righteous priest. I'm so unique, and all my women thick, petite. I'm gone. I be on my level. Haters won't shine. Nigga, I ain't shit. I think they know I'm lying. But really, I ain't shit. I ain't eat enough crackers. I need a whole buffet, cause I ain't going backwards.
Let me tell you something about it's such a fool's game to think that you have to seek power. You have to seek the Most High, and you'll have all the power. I got more power, bro, than you could imagine, and I've sought none of it. Like I got power.
All my soldiers.
I haven't sought none of it. I just want to work hard in this truth. I want to be the best soldier I could be.
All my soldiers take over. All my soldiers take over. Yeah. Yo, come on. Yo, Kashak, pull off. And don't go backwards. Let's go.